place, they'd just be all bunks and supply lockers, like an actual military facility.
Hmm.
So, like, I don't know. I'd say they probably have somewhere like 500 to 1,000 people tops. Um,
Oh, am I
and if
am I streaming? Hold on. Am I live?
are you live?
I think so.
Anyway, so what part of Hat in Time are you at?
I did all the story.
Oh, nice.
Like I've done everything. All I'm doing right now is Death Wishes.
Okay. Are you gonna 100% the game?
Am I gonna 100% the game? I don't know. I feel like there's always like a reason for me to what the fuck? Why is it? I don't get why the name of the live stream changed.
YouTube is fucky. Is that a good excuse? Like, give me one cool place with a story in Fallout New Vegas that wasn't a part of the main quests.
That wasn't part of the main quest. I like
Yeah.
the nuclear silo one.
Which one was that?
That was the one where you are helping this scientist dude at that factory with the NCR taking over around the nuclear silo.
Isn't wait, I fucking you mean the Hyperion energy plant?
Yeah, that one. I like that one.
That's a main quest though. You go there on the main quest.
Was it? I skipped for the main quest.
No, you gotta go there in the main quest if you side with House or Legion.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. What are the side? What's the side quest ones? I'm like I can't like
The only
remember.
thing I can think of is the Robco Fly Me to the Moon.
I can't remember this. I can't remember like the differentiations. Like what is a main side quest right now from the top of my head.
The Thorn. Thorn is a side quest.
Hold on. Hold on. I'll check that list or something once I update this.
Alright. But it's like I don't really mean quest, but I mean like you go to a location and you can like find out what happened here if you look hard enough. Like I don't remember that happening in New Vegas.
Uh, I guess I would kind of like for me it was just more of like I found stuff more interesting in New Vegas.
Yeah, like I think the main quest is more interesting. Um, I just think that like there's a lot of like the map itself is more interesting in Fallout 3 for me. Like
I don't I generally like feel like there's more color and just like the aesthetic
oh
to
yeah.
New Vegas like way more. So I feel like for me
I
like
mean,
when I think of Fallout 3, I feel like everything in the environment kind of like blends to like it makes sense, but it kind of like blends together for me.
yeah,
Like I don't like from the top of my mind, I don't recognize anything.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Um, to be honest with you, like a bunch of New Vegas for me is just like flat lands, and sure I can recognize Novak and Prim and like
Hmm.
uh like I can recognize what's a good Springs and New Vegas of course, but like what was I saying? Shit. Um, what's it called? God damn it. Um, like I can recognize Megaton and Tenpenny Towers and Rivet City here too. You know,
Yeah, I feel though
I
like
agree with you that they use more color,
yeah.
but like I think by world, the map itself, I mean like it's like imagine like New Vegas is one piece without like the fucking store. Imagine one New Vegas is one piece without the world building. and Fallout 3 is just world building, and that's it. Like it gives me a different feel, I guess. Um, like a lot of it that I realized isn't completely apparent. Like here, do you know? Remember the antagonist and the mechanist in Fallout 3?
Not really. I gotta be honest.
All right. So there's this one quest basically where you go to this town and it's like deserted, right? And then you go and talk to the people why, and they're like, it's because every Saturday at this time, two people, a guy named the Mechanist who thinks he's a superhero, and a guy named the girl, and a girl named the Antagonist, like she uses ants, thinks they're a super villain. They have a fight till a stalemate. They both run away. So you can solve this quest multiple ways, right? You can just like kill one of them and it's good. You can go both of them. You can convince them you're crazy, fucking stop that. But there's a hidden way to do it, right? And the hidden way is only through exploring. See, there's this place called Hubris Comics in the map that's far away from this. And there, if you open up a terminal and read what it says that the antagonist is actually they're planning on making her a hero, so that you can go back to her with the prototype comic that you get from there. And there's no quest markers for this at all. And you can just show her the comic, and she'd be like, "Wow, okay, I'm guessing I'm gonna be a good person then." Like that's the type of shit that happens in Fallout 3. It's very subtle, and it rewards exploration a lot more than I feel New Vegas did. Like, there's so many dialogue options that you like would
Mhm.
pick up that you don't think are like, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I had to. I like. It's been a long time since I played Fallout 3, and it's been a long time since I played Fallout New Vegas too. Just
Yeah,
so I can't really comment on much what you're saying.
that's fair.
Uh,
So my sister started to watch that The Witch Academy.
yeah,
She really likes it. Yeah,
yeah, I like it too.
reminds her of grad school because people bully her in grad school.
Yeah. Well,
So, and she
people.
feels like
Sorry, go on. What you say?
my sister basically feels like she's the outsider because her grad school program is very photography centric, and she has a fine arts background.
Hmm.
So she feels kind of like the outcast, and that's why she's relating to the main character a lot.
I'm gonna Dom to the call.
All right, sure.
Um, yeah, no, originally people like really liked that show because their sort of like pilot thing. They made like a short movie thing, but they basically summarized the like an entire like magical girl anime, like the entire series into like one short movie that just cut all the bullshit. I was like, yeah, we got to all the good parts, and then they made a second one that was like really good that people liked, and they're like, yeah, just make this a series. So they did a Kickstarter, and then Netflix picked it up.
What's this about?
Well, Little Witch,
My Little Witch Academy.
Little Witch Academia.
Oh, he's talking about. Oh, okay.
Apparently, Alex's sister started watching.
Dominic, I haven't talked to you in like 7 months. How are you?
Really?
Good. Yeah,
No.
haven't done them in a while.
We haven't talked like all of September, pretty much.
I just
Think
assume you
last-
guys like talk to each other all the time.
Yeah, we should. Like, I like you more than Uzol. I should talk to you.
That's bullshit.
Like, that's not true.
That's not.
Right.
How dare you say
Lo-
something like that?
Everybody likes me the most.
Everybody loved.
Everybody loves Uzol. That should be the new fucking. Uzol, who would play you in Everybody Loves Uzol? I'm saying Jackie Chan.
Sure, why not?
Bruce Willis.
Dominic, you'll be Barack Obama, and I'll be Piggy
Uh
Peter.
huh. Hey,
Perfect.
I must say my favorite property is that Halo game.
Oh, did you see that image I drew for Dom?
No.
Okay, okay, okay. Here, I'm gonna post it on this. Well, I don't know if you have my stream link, but I'll post it on the stream. just so that I can get it on stream.
Where everybody can see.
Everyone can see it, Dom. Like beautiful image.
Uzo is a work of art.
This work of beautiful art. It's gonna blow your
But,
dick off.
Yeah, we were just talking about how my sister relates to the main character from The Witch Academy, because she comes from a fine art background, and her program's very photography heavy. Like that's the only thing that I really care about. So she's like she's like really passionate about it, but she doesn't really know much about it originally. So people like bullied the shit out of her for her like because of that.
Yeah. All right. It's on my stream.
Your stream.
Yeah, it's on YouTube though.
Oh,
Yeah.
YouTube stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uzo's a traitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that beautiful image. That pristine
Dominic.
quality. It's for Dom.
Dominic, is it beautiful?
It's
When was the
free.
last time you drew me a picture, Uzo? You son of a bitch!
I can draw you something now if you want.
I want you to draw me a penis with a lollipop that's smiling.
Well, Dom drew me my profile image.
Okay, well, Don drew mine too.
Yeah.
Just saying, so you're not special.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
that's
I don't know if I don't know if you're like seeing the image right now, Alex.
I'm not. I'll open it on my app.
It's
My
a
phone.
multi-layered image that
It's a-
really
there-
speaks to
there's a-
my soul.
Yes, there's layers to this image that I have to talk to you about.
Is it like onion?
It's like when you watch when you watch something and you need to like have like several looks at it because there's just so much to take in that you just can't take it on first glance.
It's like the smash of my psyche.
Yeah.
This is pretty gay.
Okay, but okay, let me break this down for you. All right, because
Yeah, break it down for me.
okay, so the main character's head is a Master
Chief.
Chief head. Yeah,
Yeah, I know that's Master Chief,
it's a pretty good Master Chief head.
but he didn't ask for this.
Yes, but
Cortana is being
we'll get there.
shoved
We'll
up his
get
ass.
there. We'll get there. There's
And
steps
then
to
there's
this.
Forza. This
So-
is Microsoft. This
so-
is just Microsoft. This
so-
is the extra state
So
of Xbox One.
so Master
Genius.
Chief's head is attached to Alan Wake's body. Now, I don't know
Yes.
if you know this, but Dom really likes the video game Alan Wake. He's quite a fan.
Quite a fan.
Yeah.
I
So-
disagree.
And then okay, so then I had him say the line, "I didn't ask for this," because
I
it's
know,
from
Yeah.
Deus Ex.
Yeah.
Another game that he quite enjoys. But I didn't want the context to not make any sense, so I put in the Forza car. So then he's like, "I didn't ask for this," and he's referring to the Forza car.
Yes, indeed.
So there's a story to this image.
Wait, what type of car is that though?
It's
No,
the Forza
the
car.
Forza one.
What?
The Forza
Forza
car.
one.
The Forza car.
what make and model?
The
Forza
Forza
one.
car.
Okay, but is it like a 2018 Forza?
It's the Forza year Forza car.
Is
Yeah.
it the Forza Horizon Forza?
The Forza car.
The Forza car, man. Okay, so behind him is like this. There's just like this ball creature in Ori and the Blind Forest, which Dom really likes, and it's like this like spirit thing, right? So the main character is like part Ori, but it turns out that spirit is actually just just Hitman from Hitman, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's just so he's about to assassinate the main character, and what has he got as a weapon? It's a little Eureka from his favorite anime, Eureka 7.
Eureka 7.
Are you sure that's Eureka? I thought that was Cortana.
No.
Maybe.
Cortana's all blue. You idiot.
Yeah, and look, Eureka is T posing. That's a good note right there.
But Uzo, you forgot one important thing that Dominic would love. His best friend, Alex and Uzo.
They're behind Phil Spencer's head.
They're behind
okay.
Phil Spencer's.
What about Matthew?
Also behind Phil Spencer.
Wait, you
No,
think Dom likes Matthew?
No, Matthew's in the back of the Forza car's trunk.
Behind the Forza car. There you go.
Yes.
All right.
No, no one's in the trunk of the Forza car. Okay, I
No,
kind of
it's behind the Forza car.
yeah. Nobody's in the trunk of the
There's
Forza
no
car.
violence in Forza. What are you
No.
talking about?
Yes, there is. Remember that one
No
car crash?
explicit violence.
Remember that car crash that like killed 3 people?
They didn't kill people. It was just the crash.
But they're going at like 90 miles per hour and they just like ram into each other.
Really good seatbelts.
I've seen the fucking
Really good seatbelts.
Dominic. It's not a seatbelt issue. It's the fucking you're dead.
Really good seatbelts.
That's not how. Okay.
I don't think
Have you ever wondered how like how like quick somebody would die in fucking Forza? Like in the race, the way people play online, they just like
Don't
punt
worry
each other,
about it. Don't worry about it.
going at like 100 miles per hour on like
Have
at a hairpin turn.
Are you telling me you don't like freaking bumper cars?
All right, Dominic, I'm playing Fallout 3 right now. What skills should I level up?
Stealth.
Okay, sneak. You mean right?
Sneaky beaky.
Sneaky beaky is at 81, Dominic. All right, Dom Uzo, what perk should I get
For what?
for Fallout?
Are you doing any mods or is it just vanilla?
Vanilla.
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 Okay, first you gotta do download a mod.
I can't. I want the achievables.
You guys download the nude mod first.
You can still get You can still get achievables and mods as long as you don't get console commands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck it. Too much work. All right.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Can't argue with that.
Settings.
All right, Dominic, should I get silent running or a robotic expert?
Robotic expert.
Okay. Uzo, your opinion on the matter?
Oh, what did you say again? Sorry.
Robotics expert or silent running?
Oh, robotics expert. What the hell?
All right.
That's so
I
good. That's such a good perk.
Yeah, 25% damage into robots. Plus, I can turn them into my bitches.
Yeah,
That's
that thing is just like absurdly good.
Actually, yeah, the 25% bonus damage is insane.
Yeah, but like even if you don't want to do that, just like hack into any robot. Like, hey, you just served me. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just a stupid perk.
It's the best perk.
It's a pretty good perk.
It's a pretty good perk.
This perk has its perks.
I get it.
So, what's new with you, Dominic? Are you in school? What days?
Yeah, I'm in school. Every day.
Hey, what time are you at school tomorrow?
I'm here from morning till whenever I feel like. It's usually how I do it.
I have a regional for a card game on Saturday, and I have no time to practice.
What card game? What do you practice for a card game, Uzo?
You play against people.
Alright, but like, I was hoping you'd do something cool, like fucking work out.
Why would you
Like, get jacked.
get fucking ripped?
yeah,
Intimidation. They just
Exactly.
see my
Beat up the other people.
they just see my pectorals and they're like, "Fuck, I scoop."
I guess I'll lose.
Dude, if I win this card game, what's the point?
Yeah. Or, you know, you could like practice your dark magic to send people to the Shadow Realm.
If you win, I'll beat you up.
Yeah, boom. See, this is why you work out for card games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you know, increasing your strength actually makes you smarter. Working out, it helps your intellect. You know,
That's not true at all.
it is.
No, it's not.
That is.
So you're saying the strongest man in the world is a fucking... Is this not Einstein?
No, I'm saying it helps. I'm not saying it's the only contributing factor. I'm saying it helps.
Sure it does.
It's like eating your greens, Oozle.
Eating greens doesn't help one bit.
This is why you're an idiot.
Eat
I'm
your
sorry.
vegetables.
This is why you're mean, Alex.
I'm mean. Dominic, I'm not mean. I'm just trying to help him, right? I'm just trying to make him eat his greens.
Eat your vegetables, Oozle.
Look at Dominic being mean, looking out for you, being a good friend. What a fucking bastard, right,
Yeah.
Oozle?
It'll make
Trying
you
to look
fucking
out for
strong.
you. Yeah. Looking out for your health. What an asshole.
Yeah, what a dick ball.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Dominic?
What
Why
a
do you care about
dickhead.
Oozle?
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry, Dominic.
I don't know, man.
I gotta put
Why
Dominic
do
in
I
these
care?
compromising positions.
Yeah, I
Nice.
don't know. It's because Dominic's such a good guy. It's because you're such a good guy, Dominic.
It's like a telltale situation. I have the two choices.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know which choice to make, even though the outcome is going to be identical, no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what happens, Clementine dies and becomes a lesbian.
Does she?
She can if you want her to.
I know she becomes a lesbian. I didn't know she always dies.
I don't know. She always dies either.
We don't know. We have to watch the end of
Vi-
this season to know.
Telltale says being gay is a choice.
That's
Oof.
oof. They fucked up.
See, that's why that's why their studio shut down.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason.
The final season is continuing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we
because
don't.
they kind of owe people that they didn't want.
No, it's not Telltale that's doing it.
Oh, did it get bought?
Yeah, Skybound's gonna finish it. They're gonna do it. Okay. You're playing Death Wish?
You wanna play Overcooked later?
Yeah, it's healthy overcooked.
I
Okay.
don't have that game.
Yo.
Huh?
Joining you.
Wait, what?
He doesn't have Overcooked.
You don't need overcooked. We're using a thing where we're able to do split screen online.
Oh yeah, he doesn't need Overcooked.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. You have to download. He has to download Parsec though.
yeah, but that's free.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to download free things.
Okay, do you want to join us?
Oozle is right. I don't like downloading things that are free because it's virus.
Nah. Do you want to join us play Overcooked?
Yeah, yes.
And you gotta download a program called Parsec.
Dominic, why you gotta put me in these compromising situations?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Like, why are you putting this pressure on me right now?
Whether you say yes or no, I will remember that.
This
I
is
know,
a peer
Dominic.
pressure moment.
But guess what, Dominic? I remember this. Yeah. Yeah,
Damn
you
it.
fucked up. I remembered it first.
Damn it. I will remember you remembering that, bro.
Yeah, still, I remembered it first, so guess what? Both the endings don't matter.
It never mattered to begin with. Get real.
Dominic, we're all gonna die at the end of this season. The news is gonna live on.
And
What's-
become
what?
a lesbian.
I'm gonna live on and become a lesbian.
And die at the end.
Who's just gonna live on and become a lesbian and raise his surrogate black baby?
Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with being a single mother.
So you're not a mother though.
Not with that attitude.
No, it was a less.
No! Okay, I hate this boss.
Maybe you should just not.
But it's
be
such
bad.
an easy boss.
Yeah, like, where are you playing?
He's playing Death Wish in a Hat in Time.
Okay.
You died. What is this? Dark Souls?
I have a
The Dark
midterm.
Souls
I have a
of
midterm
hats.
on Tuesday, so
I
I'm gonna
have a
study
midterm
for
on
that.
Monday. I should be studying for my midterm. Though it's not a hard one. It's just remembering like things in the classroom.
Dominic, what's the midterm on?
It's remembering how safety things and safety items within the classroom. I'm pretty sure.
Well, what type of safety though?
Like
Like
where's
scissors?
the Wemyss
Oh, okay.
the
Workplace
Wemyss
health.
stuff.
You have a midterm on Wimmis? What the fuck?
Yeah,
This
it's
seems like a
freaking
very practical class, Weasel. I wouldn't shit on it.
like
What?
dude, like
What in the G? Why would that be a
Motherfucking,
midterm?
you were tested on your reactions to fucking YouTube videos. You don't got no fucking right.
That's
okay?
not. That wasn't a test. That was a stupid ass assignment. This is a fucking midterm. You're making midterm on fucking Wimmis? Are you shitting me?
You got fucking midtermed on gender studies, buddy. This shit's important. This shit's
Yeah,
practical.
but let's
This
be-
shit saves lives.
Let's be honest here. Some of the questions on that fucking exam was bullshit. Like, explain to me what the fuck was it? Explain patriarchy. Minimum 1 page. Like what?
Why? What? How the fuck do you make a one-page answer on that? That's
That's
a
what I.
definition.
That's what I said. I was like, what do you? What do I do here? I can't even bullshit 1 page of a
No,
definition.
Weasel, just keep writing the definition in like 72 font.
No,
just
like
keep
what I did was I put the definition of patriarchy, and then for the rest of it, I was like, do you know patriarchy is bad?
Why
We
is it
should
bad?
we shouldn't let men have all the power. You just have men. You know, men have penises. We don't want penises.
Yeah, penis power is bad power.
big dick energy is not good energy.
Mhm. You understand, Dominic? This is why you're the feminist world leader.
Yes.
What am I doing here? Tips throw to the birdhouse. Make sure you keep the birds away from the exploding eggs. I don't. What? We'll figure out what this is.
Fucking cunt.
Excuse
I'm
me.
sorry.
Hey,
gotta stop
I'm gonna
saying
get
how-
demonetized because of you.
I'm sorry, Weasel.
You
you're gonna
can't
get
make swearios.
My AdSense money is now lowered because you swore.
Weasel, don't worry, I'll give you like $13 and make up for it. It ain't about $13. You still owe me for fucking lunch, buddy.
You want lunch?
Yeah, when we're getting that.
I don't know. We can go tomorrow.
What time?
I don't know. It's your choice.
You should come with me to school and buy Dominic lunch.
Yes, buy me lunch.
God, how far is Dominic's school?
It's the same school as my school.
How far is your school?
Like an hour and a half away.
An hour and a half away. Damn. I don't want to do that.
You
I
have
mean-
to do it.
You gotta do it now, Weasel.
It's already posted on your wiki that you will go to the school tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this whole mode is just to avoid as much birds as possible.
What are you
Wow.
playing right now? Oh, okay.
That sounds like an activity that even a bird brain can do.
Don't touch the burbs.
Uh oh.
Did you touch the bird? I think Weasel touched the
You
bird.
failed.
I'm trying to not die here.
Don't touch the burbs. Why is this so hard for you? Just don't touch something. I'm taking the you've taken the gender studies classes. You know that no moves now.
But yeah,
did you hear about the fucking the professors that were just trolling the shit out of gender studies?
What?
Okay, so basically, three professors came together and they're like, "Hey, this is bullshit. Let's make fun of it." So what they basically did was they made fake papers and submitted it under a fake
pseudonym.
yeah, basically. So some of these papers included how dogs having sex at the dog park is a representation of the rape culture that we protrude onto them. And like then they also wrote feminist Mein Kampf. Um, it's a whole bunch of like fucking retarded bullshit.
Yeah.
And out of the 20 papers they wrote, 7 got accepted, and the dog park one got into the #1 feminist textbook on feminist geology. I mean,
Huh.
feminist geography in the world, yeah.
Okay.
And that's the funnies of the week.
The funnies.
But they got criticized for it because they didn't respect the dog's privacy when they inspected their genitals.
Okay. What? Oh, you failed again?
Always failed on me.
Where do I go from here? Oh, there? Let's like here. Oh fuck. Oh.
You okay, Uzo?
You blew up your platform.
No!
So why did you?
Oh my god, you found it. It took so long. Why don't you just abuse time stop and just get through everything?
I don't know, Dom. Fuck you.
Oh, there you
that's
go.
awful.
I don't want
I'm
these.
going for that.
Can I put this ladder? There we go.
You have the power to be Dio and you just don't abuse it. Not
Oh!
even abuse it, you just don't use
If
it.
the egg explodes then and kills birds, then I also take the damage. Even if I'm nowhere near there.
Huh? That's a predicament.
Ooh, you
Oh,
died.
time for the rocket launcher.
I'm trying my best. GG.
Your best clearly isn't good enough.
You must improve.
I remember there was a scientific paper on what was it writer's block?
Mm-hmm.
But the professor the professor in charge of that paper didn't really
Right.
know how to like start the paper, but he realized that because not knowing how to start the paper counts as writer's block, and so that means his paper can be legitimately counted as like evidence, like as a scientific study. So he submitted a blank paper and said, "This is my scientific was it research paper on writer's block." It got accepted because it's technically true.
Technically not wrong.
It's technically accurate as it does portray. It is an good example of writer's block.
So, that's an interesting story.
Yeah, it
Glad
was.
he's an academic.
Yeah, if apparently, and then like there was like comments from like people who reviewed the paper saying this is possibly one of the most well researched and well documented paper they've ever read.
In existence.
It's literally just the experiment right in front of them. Damn.
Yeah.
That's some meta shit. My paper is the experiment. Suck my dick.
Am I gonna die from this?
This is a multi-layered experiment. A+.
Yeah, I want to die from this.
So why do you keep dying? Just stop that.
I don't. How do I? Is there a way to sneak around the eggs?
Maybe you can actually crouch.
Maybe you could just not be bad.
Is crouching like?
I rush, sure.
Nope. Oh, there's a thing here. Better stop.
Shoobity dooba.
Scoop the poop.
Poopity scoop. Scoopity poop. Okay, upgrade. No.
So I was talking to Bridget, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I had to take a lot of buses today, right?"
Hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah, I've been there." And so then we got into this conversation where I was like, "You know what? I could probably live on a Go bus. You know, I
You
think
guys have the most unique conversations.
I think I can live on a Go bus." And then so then I calculated how much rent would be monthly on a Go bus. Like if I just it's around $450 $60 a month.
Hmm.
Isn't it just like you just buy the day trip? Are you sure you can sleep at? Do they? Is there 24 hour? Are they? Do they run 24 hours?
I think
No,
so.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they. No, I'm pretty sure they stop them at a certain hour.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
they stop at like 1 a.m.
I'll sleep during the day, and then I'll stay up during the night.
But
Well,
that's
where
where all
do
the
you get your?
crime happens.
Well, Uzo can work as a security guard at night.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'll
That's
be
the
the
fucking
Batman.
perfect idea. You work as a security guard at the bus depot.
And then sleep on the sleep on the bus during the day.
Yes. Oh my
Fucking,
god.
we can make this work. This is-
And like I was like, you know what? Like probably because I don't have to pay for utilities. Like this is probably around the same price that you pay for like an apartment.
Mhm.
I mean, no. If you're only paying $60 a month, that's like cheap shit. That's
cheap.
No, like 460.
why would it be 460?
It's 460. So like if you take an apartment with like
Why is it
utility,
460?
because you have to like you ha- you was it from I can tell, like if you're just paying like by the trips.
No, but can't you get a monthly pass that's like 120?
I don't think the Go Back has a monthly pass. They have a day pass, but I don't know how much that is. I couldn't get a fixed price.
Well, I know you can get monthly passes for your for Presto, can't you?
Not for a Go Bus.
But for like normal bus.
For like a
right?
normal bus, sure.
So why don't you just do the same but with the YRT?
Because the Go Bus, you get electricity.
Yeah, but if you're working as a security guard at the YRT bus station, you get electricity there too.
Yeah, but I want electricity during the Go Bus.
Do they have Wi-Fi too?
No.
0 out of 10. But then again, all the money you're saving for all the money you're saving, I guess that'll be like what? You can afford the data, the unlimited data,
Data.
data,
Data.
data.
Theta.
Dominic, is it apathetic or apathetic? Or does
Apathetic.
it not fucking matter?
I'm pretty
Apathetic.
sure- Apathetic. Yeah,
Yeah.
apathy.
It doesn't matter, Dominic. Would you fucking crucify somebody for saying
I wouldn't
apathetic?
crucify. Look,
Cruci-
he was saying. He was
Uzo
saying.
was fucking
I wasn't.
crucifying me.
You think that was
He
me
was literally
crucifying?
fucking bolding my dick to a cross. He
Oh,
was
okay, okay,
like,
with the
fucking
exaggerations,
being
buddy.
the most mean person I've ever seen in my life, calling me a stupid, useless sack of shit.
Okay, so
So
here's what happened. All right, Alex comes to me and he's like, "Yo, I have to talk to you seriously." Right? And I was like, "Okay, sure." So he was having this serious conversation, and he says apathetic, and I was like, "It's apathetic." That's it. That's the end of the story.
It's fucking, he's lying. Because then we looked on YouTube and he was right.
No, you took out your phone and was trying to find evidence as if I was wrong. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll take out my phone. And then
let's be honest,
I
Wilson,
dropped
so,
it. I completely dropped it. I was like, you know what? Maybe you have like maybe it could be apathetic. Maybe it's apathetic. It really doesn't matter.
Is this true? Is this true, Alex?
No, it's not true at all.
It's not true at all, huh?
It's
Not true.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm telling you the truth right now, Uzo, Dominic. When I said apathetic, Uzo just took out a baseball bat and hit me in the kneecaps. And he started screaming that I'm a moron. He started beating me up on the side of the road. And then he came out in his car and drove me over. And he was just screaming apathetic the whole
Wait,
time.
I did all of this in my car?
Yes. And then, and not only that, then he replaced his car horn with apathetic. Just the guy saying apathetic.
Is this true, Uzel?
Yes.
I'm disappointed. I expected better, Uzel.
See, he's a bully.
I
Bullies me
guess
back.
I lost all my apathy.
Apathy.
Said it right finally.
Apathy.
Apathy. There you go. It's apathy.
I don't know. I just kind of laughed because he was like, "Oh no, my dad told me it's apathetic."
He did, but then again, he does have a speech impediment.
It's like it was pretty cool because he was having a serious conversation with me.
And
at
then
the
you
time-
decide being a cunt and just beat me up.
No, I was like, "Hey, it's apathetic," and then he's like, I could tell he was just like frustrated for a moment on that. Like he kind of didn't want to drop it, but he didn't want to like stop the conversation.
Strength check.
just like he's like just like a debacle in his mind. Like, what do I go for here? I don't want to get sidetracked, but I don't want him to like win on this.
Roll for Constitution.
And we all know at the end of the day, it's apathetic.
Yeah, I think this
No.
it's an apathetic attempt to saying that word.
Yes, because apes always. Because everybody knows apathetic comes from the apes, right?
Hell
No,
yeah.
I think you're all pathetic. You're all pathetic, Fred.
Apathetic.
You're apathetic, Fred Dominic. Get it? Apathetic, apathetic.
Apathy comes from the apes. That's why we call it apathetic.
Yes, Dominic, you understand. It came.
Yes.
It was taken from their language. The Great Silverback.
The ancient dialect of apes.
I like how my fall is glitched. So like, you know, at the end, how they're like, oh, there's now a post game content, and there's like people bringing like pure water everywhere for free, right?
Mhm.
Well, I'm still like haven't even gotten there yet, and I still just see random fucking people trying to sell me free water
Where?
in Fallout 3. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I remember you were like telling me about like the plot hole with the Gek.
oh yeah, the Gek is fucking retarded.
Yeah, and then I was like researching like the Gek in Fallout 3 and whether like your statement about like if they just like use the Gek instead of using the water purification tablet, if that makes more sense.
It would have just killed like a lot of people.
We don't even know if it works though. Like,
No, we do know because when you use it, because you can use the Gek. You use it, it literally evaporates like all matter and turns it fertile.
no, like okay, so like the description for the Gek in the Fallout 3 thing, yes, that is what it is, but they said specifically the Gek that you're getting is a completely modified version. It is unstable. Which is why it's just an explosion that kills you.
Oh, it's an explosion.
Yeah.
But they have this little fucking thing that says this is what happens.
First-
The if you look at the Fallout 3 ending, it's just like your character dies and then reloads the save.
Yeah.
In the start, there was the first explosion that created all life.
Yep.
Then there was the second explosion.
If there was an actual Gek, then that makes sense. But like that Gek specifically is an unstable version that is probably didn't work. It just explodes.
But still, I mean, like, you could, like, if they fucking found a way to fix it, like, if you didn't kill Dr. Braun, instead asked him how the fuck do we create Geks?
Yeah, but
Please.
he wasn't gonna tell you anyways.
He might have if you're like, hey, you know, I could end this anytime.
He was gonna trap you in the virtual world forever.
Yeah, but then you're like, hey, guess what? I found a way out. And now I can kill everybody here, so you'll just be alone forever. So, instead of me doing that, how about you tell me how to build a fucking Gek, you piece of shit?
Yeah, he
Well,
probably
that's
would. He probably still wouldn't do it. To be honest, he's kind of crazy.
Did he fucking die?
Yeah,
crazy. Remember?
he's like a crazy motherfucker. He put himself as a little girl.
But then at the end, he was all like, "Okay, you can go. I mean, you win. I'm sorry."
He didn't say I'm sorry. He says you win, like begrudgingly.
Yeah, he's crying about it.
Yeah, because you just basically ruined his virtual fantasy.
But literally, you could have just shown it, went off to him, and be like, "Yo, I found the failsafe, and I know how to use it.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't want me to fucking do that, buddy, like you gotta to do a fucking, you gotta do me a solid."
I mean, like, yeah. Either way, that Gek itself probably wouldn't have worked. I mean, it's just an explosion at the end of the day, from what we can tell, at least.
But upon activating it, it says doing this will actually make it work.
No, like it says, okay, so the prompt is like, do you wish to like activate the Gek, module thing, and then like you
Yeah.
say yes or no, and if you say yes, then the it activates. It's like Gek is activating, and then and then like a white flash happens, which is the explosion, and your character dies, and then you reload a save. It's not like an
Yeah.
actual ending.
Yeah, I guess, but you know, wait, I swear it could be an actual ending.
It's not the Gek. That's not like there's no like Gek ending.
Yeah. But still, it is a fucking waste of a Gek.
It's a waste of a Gek, but like the Gek itself is like busted up. Like unless you know how to actually use a Gek, then it's like useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from
But I mean, like they could have fucking, instead of fucking with the water purifier, they could have just been like, "Hey, let's fucking research the Gek."
Remember early in the morning, man?
I guess like the Gek prototype they used is like it's like a one-time thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess like you can arguably say like this water purification technology can be like replicated more easily,
Maybe.
right? And just like you can like rebuild the module and then just take the chip and then like put it somewhere else and then that becomes a purification thing.
Yeah.
Like,
But the fucking water purifier is actually like really fucking good apparently.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
the only problem with it is just like, it's gonna take like 10 years for the entire like Washington area to be like fresh water.
Yeah, but there's enough. They generated enough water for them to theorize that they could just supply the entire Fallout 3 region. So,
yeah, like for now, and then they could probably supply like the fucking entire America.
Yep.
Because I'm sure there's like a lot of people alive, but not like millions on millions.
Yeah.
I'd probably guess like at most in the whole Fallout America, it's probably like 2 million people.
Yeah, and I don't know. I forgot what the range was for the Gek, because the Gek doesn't like cover.
Yeah, it was 10 miles.
Yeah, it's not like
mile radius.
It's not huge.
Still, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but it's like okay, I activated this Gek and this region is now not radiated.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. the water purification thing makes like I guess more sense in terms of like a sacrificial like we know more research about the water purification. We can do this, or we can try and work around with this Gek, but we're not even sure. I mean, even at that moment, like if they started research on the Gek at the start, it makes more sense. But like at that point, like we already knew like the thing was like building up radiation, right?
Like literally, the only reason he found out about the Gek is because of he read about it in Vault what's it called? In Vault 101 at the start of the game. That's why he left, because he broke into the overseer's office, read the fucking about the Gek, got a vague understanding of it, and he's just like, fuck, I have to go get that.
Yep. it's not like yeah, but like going like looking back and like researching it, I was like, this plot hole isn't like as big as I thought it was.
No. Okay, but let's talk about the biggest plot hole. The fucking combat shotgun doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Like, just the way the gun's designed.
Okay.
That's a big plot hole.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it has a barrel, but it has, like, a barrel all the way at the front.
Mhm.
So, I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. The best I can theorize is there's, like, magnets that suck back a buckshot. Maybe.
Oh wait, I think I know what you're saying. Is it like a repeater or just like
Okay, it's like a barrel at the front,
yeah?
but the ejection shell is like at the back.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure how the bullets go from the barrel to the firing pin or the fire.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, just look at Combat Shotgun Fallout 3. How does it work?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Comment. Oh, okay, cause
Yeah,
the clip.
Yeah, the magazine.
Yeah, the magazine. Yeah.
Because like the way a normal shotgun works, it has a barrel tube. It just like pushes it back, and it's like spring loaded, right? But how the fuck do you push it back while simultaneously rotate it? That's the biggest plot hole. 0 out of 10 this whole game.
The bullet goes all the way back and then it hits the firing pin.
What was Todd thinking?
Yeah, like a fucking $2 billion and 300,000 minds working on this game, and they couldn't even fucking make a shotgun.
There
Yeah.
couldn't be 300,000 people working on this fucking game.
There goes 300 trillion people.
300 trillion. That's more realistic.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
The entire population of China made this game.
Like, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a Bethesda game after all.
It took all Todd's followers to finally make Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm gonna kill this Robo Brain. No, actually, no. I'm gonna hack it.
Heck,
I'm gonna hack the planet.
heck the planet. Okay.
Should I speedrun this shit or just like fucking go through it properly? Because I've done Tranquility Lane so many fucking times. I'm kind of bored of it.
Oh.
You can do whatever you want.
Whatever you want, man.
My hamster is the cutest. Donk, have you seen Boss? Have I shown you Boss?
No, yeah, I haven't seen it.
You want to see Boss?
Okay.
You have a Snapchat, Dominic.
No, I
Yes,
do
sir.
not have Snapchat.
Damn it, Dominic.
I am sorry. I have failed you, I'm sure.
Dominic, you should get the Snapchat because I want to see what you look like with the dog filter.
No.
Why not?
A myriad of reasons.
What reasons?
A collection.
Okay, you gotta give me some. Alright, boom, ba-doom, 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 but I'm just gonna walk up and finish this thing. I'm walking to the abandoned house and then going to the failsafe without any talking to people. Or maybe I should just kill people. I'm gonna kill people. Alright, time to punch the shit out of a little kid.
Kill the child.
Yeah, pretty much. Thanks, Harvester. Um, that's exactly what you sound like, by the way. Like, you know, the fucking, what's his face? The Harvester.
So I went on Uber Eats to like eat something.
I'd say get California. Said, fuck you, Timmy Nevis. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, cunt.
I already ordered something. I ordered something from like this like Giza sushi place. And I got my bento and stuff, but in the bento it says it's supposed to have ice cream, but I didn't get ice cream. And then I was like, damn, where my ice cream at?
The Uber driver ate it.
Can you imagine? Just an Uber driver goes through all the food like, I don't need this. Yeah, so I was quite sad that I didn't get my ice cream, and then I messaged them and I was like, hey, I was like, hey, missing item, ice cream. Didn't get it, and then I got $5 back on my order. I was like, hey, I got a quarter back on my order because I wanted ice cream.
Sorry, I was a little peckish. Said the Uber driver.
Yo, one of my classes, they like for every lab they use my example, like use my lab as the example.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, this is what you shouldn't do.
Like this is like
This is exactly what you want to avoid doing.
just like the what Gordon Ramsay does to people. Just like you truly blew me away. Like thank you, chef. I was really trying my best out there. You blew me away on how horrible you are.
No.
The bait and switch.
Jebaited. Absolutely eviscerated.
I've been catching up on Dungeon Meshi.
Yeah, you need to start this.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I know it's pretty good. That's why I wanted to pick it up.
Yeah.
I forget to.
Dungeon Meshi.
Just over here painting my Forza car.
Sonic painted rainbow.
Do you like Forza car?
Forza car is my favorite superhero.
There should be a dating sim for Forza.
And you approach the Subaru WRX. It starts to.
What do you want, Baka?
I just saw you, and I thought maybe we can go for a drive sometime, start a convoy or something. But don't say that, fuck.
No, don't say that. Oh yeah, I saw there's this slide. There's some Japanese class that was like teaching Japanese, and there was this one slide on like it was a multiple choice question where it's like, what do you say before you eat? It's like sayonara, konnichiwa, ikutakimasu, or omae wa shinderu.
So of course everybody went for Omaewa.
What are we talking about now?
I saw online there was a slide for some Japanese class, and the question was, what do you say before you eat? And it was a multiple choice question, and the 4 answers were sayonara, konnichiwa, ikutakimasu, and then the 4th one was omae wa shinderu.
Yeah, of course everybody went for Omaewa.
Omae wa shinderu. Nani?
You were already eaten. Okay.
All right. Okay. Hey. Okay. Let's try this out, right? Alex.
Mhm.
Alex.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you topic or stance, and you have to give your best. You have to give your best argument for it.
Okay.
So I'll give you like an opinion, and you have to explain. You have to act like that's your opinion and give like good arguments for it.
Okay.
Okay. Explain why Greece is objectively the worst country.
Well, Greece is objectively the worst country because it's too close to all the other bad countries like Serbia and Albania and all that shit. And just through osmosis, it's become horrible. Like imagine like they were crap from the beginning, but like Greece was something good, and then you just like splatter shit on it, so it's actually just heart-wrenchingly horrible at this point in time.
Okay, Lizzle.
Uh-huh.
You read the question to why Greece was always terrible from the start.
No, okay. Dom, you go for
Okay,
another
well,
one.
Greece was always terrible from the start because they fucked little boys.
Ooh.
Okay, Dom. Dom, give Alex a fast spot here. Give him a good one.
Okay. Friggin' what you thinking about? You have to give your thesis on why Rage is unequivocally better than Fallout in every conceptual way.
All right. Well, first things first, Fallout is a stupid name. I rest my case.
Yeah.
Rage is a pretty cool name, but then you look at the other things, like in Rage, it's a post-apocalyptic. What a fucking unique and creative setting, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's fucking Fallout got to do with anything? It's just stupid, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's post-apocalyptic. It's crap.
But
now,
they're both post-apocalyptic.
Rage,
What
we
makes
got
one cool and what
guns.
makes one lame?
Because fucking post-apocalypse is the best and the worst thing simultaneously, Dominic. Come on now.
You're not giving a very cohesive answer. This
Because
sucks.
of Robo Brains.
You
go.
stink out.
Now,
Yeah,
in
I was
Rage-
hoping for better arguments here, man.
I've never played Rage, but I played Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time with those games. But that's because I feel like they were actually mind controlling me.
Okay.
And that's violating my rights as a human being. Now, Rage has never done that to me, so clearly, I feel that Rage is the more is the better of the two because Rage doesn't mind control people.
All right. Okay. How about you and me? We have like an actual debate on something.
Sure.
Okay, Dominic, pick a topic. Any topic.
Well, okay. What's a thing that you loathe, Alex? What's a thing that you
Cheers.
loathe, Alex?
They cut
What's
off
a
penises.
What's the thing that you loathe that Woozle likes?
Yeah, it doesn't like Jews.
I like Jews. You hate Jews.
There we go.
Wait, hold on. Do you want to like stick with that stance, or do you want to flip it?
I was gonna flip it.
All right. Fine.
So Alex has to argue why Jewish culture is the best culture, and I have to argue why Jewish culture is actually bad.
So are you
Yeah.
streaming this?
Yeah.
Well, I was just joking about the Jews. I actually love Jews because I went to high school with them. They were
Well,
very...
so now that we're streaming,
Okay.
now I love
I love Jewish people.
Uh,
Okay, but do you want to wait, okay, so
let's I think Toontown is the best.
okay,
And
do you want
then
to
That's a good one.
do you want to like argue for Toontown being the best or against?
You make the argument for, and I'll make it against.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's just like scope down the
No, if it's
Hold on.
Toontown, then it's
Hold on.
then it's gonna be like you stick with your.
Hold on,
argument.
let's just scope
Okay.
down the parameters here. So are we arguing that Toontown is like the best game, or is it just a good game?
I'm just
Woozle is
arguing that it's one of the best MMOs ever created.
Okay, so
so
so MMO genre, best in the
Yeah.
MMO genre. Okay, so my for or against.
You're
Uh,
against it.
I'm against it. Is that what you got? Is that what you want to do, Alex?
if that's what you want to do, you can choose Oozle. You can
Well,
choose which
okay,
side.
like what would you be more prepared for?
I'd be prepared for both.
You'd be prepared for both. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Dom, it's your choice then.
Yeah, Woozle's against it.
I'm against it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Who
Oh wait.
makes that
Wait. Hold on.
official statement?
Just to clarify one more thing. Are we talking about the reboot or the original?
Both. All of Toontown.
I don't know anything about the reboot.
Okay, then just the original.
Just the original. Okay. Okay.
So-
Okay. So you want to make your points first?
Sure.
Okay.
Toontown is one of the most creative games that I've ever seen, bringing to a world that has so much immersion that you actually feel like you're a toon inside of a town. Mostly because you create a toon in the town. You have a lot of different tactics and 7 different gag tracks, which you can only choose 6 of, ensuring that you have to require player cooperation in order to succeed in Toontown. Also, some of the gag tracks, such as Trap, rely on others for them to use. Trap, Tune Up, Sound, and Drop all work better when there's another player there, ensuring teamwork and cooperation. Furthermore, I believe that the enemy in Toontown are all extremely well designed and extremely easy to see, with also funny puns at every doorstep. Because if you go up to a door and knock on it, guess what? Tells you a knock joke. Because where the fuck are you? You're in Toontown. In Toontown, there's laughs. Now, there's not many MMOs that could do a turn-based RPG system as well as Toontown did. It's very simple, but also very deep system with like high-powered gags with low accuracy, such as Drop. Now, Drop would usually be completely stupid to use if you couldn't increase the accuracy by stunning cogs. You can stun cogs by using squirt, or sound gags on them, which are low power gags, but they increase the fucking combat enjoyment to a unprecedented degree by basically basically making sure that it's actually a deep system and not just you press buttons to win. Furthermore, there's a ton of fucking mini games. Like I'm talking about like 40 mini games right now, each one different and unique. Plus, there's also social aspects like customizing your own house, building a garden, talking to friends, um, and there's so many different unique characters like Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Pluto. Everybody's in this game. Why? Because it's fucking good. I have never seen Mickey Mouse in any other video game, MMO to be exact, during Toontown's time, and that's because Toontown's the best. Um, yeah. Anything else? Yeah. There's challenges. There's boss battles. 4 boss battles that require teamwork to complete, and like they're not just they're not just the turn-based combat. They actually have puzzle requirements to them, like throwing an action game requirements, turning the game into a third-person shooter sometimes. Um, Basically, it's a very dynamic game where your options matter. It's very social, encourages teamwork, has a amazingly and beautifully crafted environment that you can show that there's love in every square inch of that world, and the music is fucking amazing too. So that's why it's good.
Okay. So just to harp on some of the points that you made. So some of the points about the multiplayer, like the multiplayer systems, like boss battles, challenges, the idea of like the teamwork being a very central mechanic in Toontown, right? That's already present in other MMOs, and they already exist,
But
right?
it's different.
It's different, but the teamwork is a very central mechanic. I'll just like finish my stuff, and then you thought. Okay. And then okay, let's go over like the graphical, like the aesthetic choices, the graphics of Toontown, right? Like let's just go over just the stylistic points, because I don't think I think you can't really argue the fact that the graphics in Toontown are anywhere in the league of current MMOs.
Well, that's because it's a 20-year-old game.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying that's something you can't argue, but you can argue maybe the style of Toontown is much better than other MMOs, which I'm here to say is I think is kind of bullshit, because I think the style of the MMO for Toontown is better in the reboot than in the original in the Toontown. I think it's a much graphical improvement, right?
But we're not talking about the reboot.
Yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm as a voucher like, oh, the reboot is any better. I'm saying graphically the original Toontown fails in all aspects, and currently it's not as pretty looking, but also stylistically it's been improved on in the reboot. Much better.
It hasn't.
Yeah.
They use the same graphics.
It looked better though. They high res that shit.
They didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
What they did for graphics in the new one is they just added 2 new races.
No, they high res the textures for the Toontown. For the Toontown. Like it's just like they just made all the textures like high res, so it isn't low poly textures anymore. All right, but okay, just to go back. Okay, so the complexity and mechanics, the skill trees, classes, races, and like from what I remember, like there are a lot of options. But I think current MMOs have a much wider and more variety choices. Like just looking at say like Path of Exile, like I don't know how many MMOs can even compete to how like open and wide that skill tree is and class tree. Like to any extent, there's like a teamwork mechanic to the whole game. I think that like classes and abilities and teamwork is more central to say something like World of Warcraft. Like I think World of Warcraft has like so far from what I've been told. I haven't played it. From what I've been told, the mechanics have been refined so that it's better. I've been told multiple things of World of Warcraft, but generally what I see from the general consensus is that people find mechanics in World of Warcraft better as a pretty good MMO. Is what I've hold up as standard for others. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand. Like, I don't know. I can't really figure out like what other points to make. Like, I think all the mechanics in Toontown have been.
You're missing like the biggest fucking problem with Toontown.
What?
The furry community.
The furry community, but that exists much larger on other communities.
No. But they No, it doesn't, Oozle.
Yeah, it does.
The Toontown furry community is huge.
Dude, have you?
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14. You gotta talk about that fucking
Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, that animal MMO. That's just animals.
Guild Wars 2, man.
Like, Terra. Like, oh my god. Ooh, like Terra's huge. Like, don't
Terra
even, man. That's
groundswell, bro.
Like, that's not like that's a light. Like, there's a light say. Look, there is furries in Toontown. I'm not dismissing that. You're saying that like it's anywhere near the top.
Let me like at its time in 1998 there was no more like there's nothing compared to it.
Like okay, but like the majority of people now, like the furry fan base is like more huge now.
It's still it was big back then, but it's still big now. But relative to the time, it was like one of the few MMOs where furries were allowed to be. And like there's tons of them.
Okay, but like I think furry like communities are bigger on MMOs current to their time now.
Yeah, I'm just talking about. We're talking about
if okay.
Yeah,
I'm saying
it was like it started developing in 1998. I think it came out 2001.
Like
came out in 2003.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, but like I'm saying
beta, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying here, right? Like the furry community that existed at the time, and then playing on Toontown, right? If we're just compared to that to a furry community in an MMO, let's say. Fuck. What was that? What's the animal activist group?
PETA.
Yeah, the PETA MMO, where you're just animals. Like, I feel like it's much larger on the PETA MMO. Like, especially now that like furries, a lot more like the furry community has grown like exponentially.
Yeah.
Like, I'll concede that at the time, probably Toontown had the majority of the furry community, at least the ones that are like open
But
about it.
not only did they have the majority of the furry community, they also had a bunch of kids.
Oh.
And that's something that I feel makes it a lot worse than like the furry communities now because they kids, kids and furries.
Okay, there's kids and furries in the PETA MMO too.
Just saying, it ain't a good thing.
Okay, well, is that a point against Toontown as well?
I guess like it enabled child pedophilia.
Okay, that would be standard for any like kid because
I know,
both of them are like
that is a bad point. That is a bad thing.
yeah, that is a bad thing too.
Right,
I'm saying your point about like the furry community on like Toontown is like it's not that big, and your counter is that it's not a good thing.
Yeah, well, it's still a point to be made.
But yeah, I'm saying if
I'm gonna make a counterpoint with
okay.
the whole fucking what's it called? The class system.
Yeah.
Toontown doesn't have a class system. Toontown has, everybody has roughly the same abilities. Might give or take one gag track. So like some people have like drop, some people have trap, some people don't have tune up. But what that basically eliminates is the trinity in most MMOs. I feel that it was one of the first MMOs to do this, which makes it honestly kind of revolutionary in the way they kind of handle combat. There's no designated healer, there's no designated DPS or tank. You're all just roughly the same. Like you could optimize for some things, but at the end of the day,
I'm gonna go back to your
unique.
point on you saying like there's like a central mechanic of teamwork for Toontown.
Yes.
Yeah. Then my argument would be that because there are class systems, because there's variety in abilities, teamwork is more eccentric in other MMOs compared to Toontown. Because you need to balance and like make characters and items and equipments.
But even without that, the way that the gag trees interact with each other, you need teamwork for a lot of them to work.
Okay.
And two are entirely reliant on teamwork.
Yeah, no, okay, like, yeah, both of them require teamwork. I'm saying the teamwork, like the complexity behind the teamwork in a different MMO compared to Toontown is much more like is much more in depth than there is in Toontown.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it isn't, but I'm saying that you need teamwork, and you need teamwork in a way that's unique to any other MMO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, so that's my point. Is like if you're comparing the teamwork, in Toontown, like are you saying that the teamwork in Toontown, because it's more simplified, that it's more engaging?
Yeah, I think it's simplified, but at the same time, it's not. It's not like Brain Dead, because the turn order of the gags work too. So it's multi-layered. Basically, like some gags go first, some gags go second. So basically, you have to optimize for damage because you want to take out one guy at all, and you don't want to waste gags on one. So you have to do the math in your head when you see that. Then you also have to realize, okay, which is going to land first, second, third, so I don't waste my gag. And third of all, you have to understand what gag to use and when in which scenario. So there's actually a lot of factors going in play. It's kind of like how Pokemon, you think it's a very simple thing, but
yeah, well, like
the amount of factors going into it is actually not.
But the amount of factors in Pokemon is like there's a lot more stuff outside the combat, and like if you think about like each Pokemon, like how many move lists, like and you like implement like stuff like breeding and like XP and like item holding and like abilities, like there is like so much more in Pokemon turn-based combat than there is in Toontown.
Yeah, but at the same time, you still to really enjoy the depth of Toontown, you need a lot of people there.
Okay, but like if you were to say compared to like World of Warcraft, right, there are so many more variables to consider, and the actual teamwork synergy is much more important and more like thought-provoking, engaging, right? Like the setup you need in order for like to play a game like World of Warcraft or like Guild Wars for a team is much more intricate than Toontown.
I mean, I feel that in Guild Wars and Toontown, it's very simple. In Guild Wars, it's just you taunt like you're a tank. You do backstabs if you're a DPS, and you heal if you're a healer. In Toontown, it's like you could be doing all of those things at once, or all those things at once in a fight, depending on the situation. Because again, your most powerful gags are limited to only 3 uses each. So with a limited amount of times you can use a gag, with the optimization for taking out opponents, with a multiplying boost for using the same gag on one thing, but at the same time it might be overkill. You really got to understand the power of your gags, your teammates, what to do and when, in order to succeed.
Yeah, but you also
so you have to there's a lot of variables there.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm saying.
You also have to
I
like
feel
think
like
about
there's more
the.
variables.
You also have to think about like the combat in other MMOs compared to Toontown 2. So like when I'm talking about like Guild Wars or World of Warcraft, there's stuff like because it's all in real time. You also have to think about like timing and like there's more consideration on like how your teammates like the statuses of your like teammates are more essential than compared to Toontown.
I disagree with that because losing a teammate is losing a fourth of your fighting power.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big problem too because at the end of the thing, like if you're going through like a boss, if you're going to fight a boss, you don't fight bosses in the traditional combat way. They each have their own basic like, for example, like one of them is like, it's basically you have to fucking throw safes at him, with like a wrecking ball. So if you lose a person there, the boss fight gets a shit ton harder. So keeping your teammates alive while also destroying cogs as fast as possible, that's the balance you have to do.
Yeah, well
And you have
that
to do that with
exists in
limited
MMOs
resources.
too.
Yeah, but the difference is the limited resources in Toontown make you need to rely on your teammates to do it.
There are limited resources in MMOs too.
Like, okay, it's just mana though.
Yeah,
It's
but
not like you
mana
only
uses
cast
like
this
items.
spell X amount of times in a fight.
Mhm.
It's not like there's a limit to how many mana potions you can carry.
Mm-hmm.
In Toontown, there's a limit to how many times you can heal your teammate and how many times you can damage a cog.
Okay, but that's still like you still have to resource management in MMOs. Like the different combat, like the difference in combat is the fact.
What I'm saying is the
like
resource management in Toontown, because you guys all have roughly the same amount of the same abilities.
Yeah.
It's
But, like,
a lot more. You have to like rotate roles.
Like
basically.
the fact is like Toontown is like a turn-based combat, so having limited like item like resources, right? Like you can only use this particular move this amount of times is essential for that turn-based combat. But for MMOs that are like real time like action RPGs, right?
Yeah, but it's still. I don't think that like saying it's different. I'm saying it's the only MMO that's ever done that to my knowledge.
Wizards 101.
And, okay, Wizards 101 too, but Toontown became before Wizards 101.
Yeah, but you like I don't know. There's people who could argue Wizards 101 is better than Toontown.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it's the best. I'm saying it's one of the best.
Yeah, no, but that's the original. That's the original argument here. Was you were supposed to argue that Toontown is the best in the MMO genre.
No, like didn't we say it is one of the best at the original? Didn't we say it's one of the best? Not
like
the
I
best?
remember this.
The words you use was one of the best. I'm pretty sure.
I was clarifying. I asked specifically in the start, like, so you're clarifying that Toontown is the best in the MMO
And then
genre.
I said no, it's one of the best.
One of the okay, then that's subjective. Like I will. What is this debate about?
You could say no, it's trash.
Like that's like
debates usually aren't based on factual things because
like, it's
you
not
can't
it's
really
not
debate
it's
a
not
fact.
based on factual things, but that statement itself is sort
You
of
can just
is
like
open
say,
ended. Like I could
five fucking-
say it's bad, but you could argue that like even if it is bad, it could be one of the best.
that how I won one of the best. I mean, like it's top 5, top 10.
Top 10. Okay, but then like then we both have to agree on like certain like what is the top 10.
You know, it's not really we have to agree because we don't have to agree.
No. We have to have some sort of agreement on like what is considered to be top 10.
Okay, something that's revolutionary, that's creative, that's engaging,
Yeah, but this is
and
like like this itself has like a much wider like parameters for the debate, right? Like because for me to argue my side and for you to argue your side, we'd have to agree. Okay, these are the list of games that would be considered top 10, and then we'd argue whether Toontown is part of that list.
yeah, no, I think Toontown would be like definitely part of the list.
Okay,
Um,
that's fine.
and
I don't. This debate is not exactly what I thought it was.
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I understand why you believe that we can come to a definite conclusion with this. Basically, what I thought was going on was we list our points, and then Dominic would agree or disagree.
No. I was going to be under debate where if we could arrive at a conclusion together, whether you concede your side or I concede my side, then whatever. But if we both agree that we probably can't convince the other, then Dominic makes a decision.
Yeah, I thought it was just we were always just going to agree that we probably can't convince the other, and
No.
Dominic's
No,
decision.
that's why I said you can do whatever side you want. I don't like we don't have to really agree with our points. I'm just saying like whether which side of us just concedes our side, right?
Or which one of us makes better points? Like with my points, is it
Yeah,
more likely or
like
not
if
that it's
we
going to be one of the best?
if we like argued for like abortion and I was pro life and you're like pro choice, and then like even if you agree like pro life is a thing, like even if you go for like pro life, if you just like concede that like yeah I don't know what else to argue or like can't really counter your points, then you can concede. Like those things can happen in a debate. Oh well, I guess it's turned out not exactly what I wanted it to turn out.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll go to the washroom now.
No. So how are you feeling from that debate?
I feel like a lot of words were said, but not a lot of things were concluded.
Sounds like a debate.
Yeah. Doc, who do you think made the better points?
I'm not sure. You both made some strong cases.
What do you think was the best point for me and the best point for Weasel?
God damn, there are a lot of points. I think like the counterpoint. Fuck. I think like the counterpoint that on Woozle's end, I think the counterpoint that furry stuff was like is like exclusively big in Toontown.
Oh no,